Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. All right, folks, it's time for the main event, the UFC Middleweight Championship showdown between Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland. We've got a wild man from South Africa taking on the UFC's most unfiltered psychopath. One of these guys is walking out with UFC gold, and the other is walking out with enough bruises to make their coach rethink everything. This fight is chaos waiting to happen. Let's break it down. Dricus du Plessis. First up, we got Dricus still knocks du Plessis, the minus 195 favorite, with a record of 22-2. And if you've ever seen this man fight, you already know he is the king of making things look as uncomfortable and exhausting as humanly possible. Du Plessis fights like a guy whose controller is broken, his technique is awkward, his striking looks unorthodox, and yet, somehow, it all works. The dude throws weird punches, gasses himself out in round one, and then somehow keeps a pace that melts his opponents. It makes no sense, and yet he just keeps winning. He's coming off a submission win over Izzy, which is a huge deal because, let's be real, Izzy doesn't just get submitted like that. Dricus isn't just a cardio monster, he's got serious power, and when he hurts you, he swings like he's trying to punch through time itself. On the ground, Dricus is no joke. He's strong, he's got solid submissions, and he can bully guys physically if he gets on top. The big question? Can he deal with Strickland's pace and jab without getting too reckless? Sean Strickland. On the other side, we got Sean Tarzan Strickland, the plus 165 underdog, with a record of 29-6. And if you're not familiar with Sean Strickland, let me introduce you. He's the guy who will spar literally anybody, fight with zero emotion, and then rant about society right after in his post-fight interview. He talks like a guy who just got kicked out of a bar, but fights like a guy who's been in 500 bars fights and won 490 of them. Strickland's style is simple but stupidly effective. He's got one of the best jabs in the entire UFC, infinite cardio, and some of the most underrated defense in the division. He walks guys down, keeps everything technical, and forces them to fight at his pace. He has a dominant win over Israel Adesanya, where he outstruck one of the best strikers in UFC history while barely getting hit. If you can out-kickbox Izzy over 5 rounds, yeah, you're pretty damn good. Strickland's biggest strength: he doesn't make dumb mistakes. He sticks to his fundamentals, keeps his defense tight, and makes guys pay for overextending. His biggest weakness? He's a little too comfortable letting people hit him. Against Dricus, that could be a problem because Dricus swings like he's trying to knock your ancestors unconscious. So who wins? This fight is a battle of styles. Dricus brings chaos, power, and non-stop pressure. Strickland brings precision, defense, and that ice-cold psycho energy. Dricus's path to victory? Make this fight messy. If he can pressure Strickland, land big shots, and mix in some takedowns, he can absolutely wear Sean down. He needs to make it ugly, force brawls, and overwhelm Sean before Sean figures him out. Strickland's path to victory? Make this a clean technical fight. If he can control the distance with his jab, keep everything tight, and avoid getting dragged into a brawl, he's going to rack up rounds. He's also got the cardio to take advantage if Dricus starts slowing down. Official pick. I'm rolling with Sean Strickland. Look, I totally understand why Dricus is the favorite. He's been wrecking top guys, he's got huge power, and his cardio is insane for a guy who looks exhausted after round 1. But Strickland has a ridiculously good defense, a jab that wins fights, and the ability to take the chaos out of fights. If Dricus catches him early, Strickland might wake up asking what year it is. But if this fight makes it past the second round, I think Strickland takes over and makes Dricus pay for every reckless exchange. I see Strickland surviving the early storm, keeping it technical, and slowly breaking Dricus down over 5 rounds. Whether it's a decision or a late finish, I think Strickland gets his belt back and then goes on a post-fight rant that makes Dana White sweat more than Bryce Mitchell did. So buckle up. This one's gonna be wild. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.